Hello everyone, it is Game Day. Welcome back to another video. Welcome to a little one-off, really, a review of the game we were at yesterday. Now, yes, it was the Cambridgeshire derby, game day number 145. So Peterborough United beat Cambridge United by 6-1. What an occasion it was, and I knew before the game that no matter what happened, there was going to be a lot to review, and as it turns out, there is quite a lot to have a look at. So I couldn't put it at the end of the game day vlog yesterday. It's got its own standalone video. There's loads to get into, so let's get straight to it. Before we get into looking at the game, we do have to mention what happened pre-match yesterday during the Remembrance Day minutes silence. It wasn't respected by, in the end, both sets of fans. I'm not going to start off an argument of who started it. Was it Posh fans? Was it Cambridge fans? It needs to be and has been mostly condemned across the board by both sets of fans. And yeah, simply put, any fans who started it off perhaps need a ban from the stadium, whether it's a length of time, whether it's permanent. Something needs to happen, and hopefully we don't see a repeat of that next year, because it is just simply not acceptable. And other than that moment, the fans were absolutely fantastic yesterday. I was in the GH display stand, and that's the best I've ever seen that stand. It's the best I've been involved with. And yeah, it's the best that stand's ever been in terms of atmosphere from minute one right until the end of the game. It really was fantastic. Apparently London Road End was really good as well. So yeah, I think the whole ground as a whole, I can see it, 12,370, fantastic attendance. Certainly one of the highest ones we've had in a long while. So yeah, I thought the fans were fantastic yesterday. It really showed with the players as well, because Cambridge had a good start to this game. They were on top. They had chances. Dan and Lunderloo, I thought, was sort of their bright spark in the first 20 minutes. But crucially, the fans kept behind the players. We stuck with them. Sometimes if the opposition team has a good start, sometimes they get that first goal, the GHS can drop a little bit, but it didn't. It got louder, and then Posh opened scoring through Ricky J. Jones. It was bundled in. It doesn't matter how it goes, and as long as it goes into the back of the net, you can see what it meant to him as well. Peter, a boy, scoring in the derby. He was winding Cambridge fans up all afternoon, and that's what we need. He knows what the derby means. He was well up for it. We're going to come back to the next two goals later on, which were scored by Kwame Poku. That made it 3-0 with his two goals, and then Malik Mothersill from the penalty spot made it 4-0 before half time. Ryan de Havilland, well, he made it 5-0. Sully Kai pulled one back to make it 5-1. Kwame Poku in the 90th minute, rounding off his hat-trick. And I am now going to go back to them other two goals as well. Kwame Poku, first career hat-trick. He also got an assist in there as well. I mean, he was absolutely stunning. No player in England's top four leagues has more goal contributions this season than Kwame Poku. Not Erling Haaland, not Mo Salah, not Boris Sainz. Kwame Poku is at the top above everyone else, which is good in terms of Posh. It shows that we've got a top player on our side. It's bad because it means there's been more and more clubs looking at him in January. If anything, it puts a few more millions on his price tag. I mean, Poku, probably go in January. Hopefully, we can loan him back like we did with Mason Clark last year. But if he starts next season with us, I will be very surprised. Even if Posh managed to get promoted to the Championship, I still don't think we'd be able to keep hold of Kwame Poku. He's just in a different league, isn't he? I mean, he was completely running the show. He was running through Cambridge's defence, as was Ricky J. Jones quite a lot, like they weren't there. The link-up play with Mothersill, Randall, that front four, I said it in the pre-game show, if that front four of Mothersill, Randall, Poku and Jones can connect, link up together, there could be goals, and that's exactly what they did. So Randall got an assist, Jones got a goal and assist, Mothersill got a goal, Poku got 3 goals and an assist. So yeah, utterly fantastic from all four of them. But yeah, Poku, particularly his second and third goals, I thought they were really well taken. That third goal just looked so easy, and the second goal looked like it took ages to go in, but he was really deserving of that hat trick because, as I say, he just played Cambridge off the park. joining in with the celebrations at the end of the fans. There's a real connection there between the fan base and the players right now, and we'll get on to how I hope this result pushes Posh forward, but there's a couple of other players who I do just want to mention first. Yes, the first player I want to point out is Manny Fernandez, who was the captain yesterday. I thought the defence and goalkeeper as a whole played really well. They did deserve a clean sheet, we couldn't quite get that in the end. But Kapic's distribution was fantastic. He didn't really have many saves to make. He had a lot of crosses to collect, which I thought he did really well. So his distribution was fantastic. Fullbacks Dorman and Sparks, I thought they both had really good games as well. Sparks in particular, I thought was one of his better performances actually in the Posh. I was really impressed with Jack Starks, and Oscar Valen on his return, another good performance from him. But the standout defender for me was Manny Fernandez. He just played with lots of passion, lots of determination. He was winning the ball everywhere. He was winning headers. He wasn't giving up on tackles. There was moments where Cambridge, in the first half, Cambridge players were getting to the bar and trying to get balls across, and Fernandez was just blocking crosses, blocking shots. He was utterly fantastic, Manny Fernandez, and he's come under a little bit of stick. He's been, he has been inconsistent. There's moments where we think, this is the next big thing for defending, and he makes a couple of mistakes. But what he showed yesterday is he's got lots and lots of quality. You can see why Posh rates him highly. And I think now this is the start of Manny Fernandez's stock just going up, up, and up. He won't be a Ronnie Edwards sort of defender, if anything, more of a Josh Knight sort of defender. But he pops up with a few goals as well, Manny Fernandez. So really excited to see him progress throughout the season. I also want to give a word to Ryan de Havilland, considering I've given the word to pretty much everyone else in the squad. Might as well mention the two midfielders. Archie Collins is Archie Collins. We know how good he is. So he doesn't need, he puts in a 7, 8 out of 10 most weeks. He's just a consistently brilliant performer in that midfield. And he's another one who, hopefully Posh can hold on. So I don't think he'd go in January. Next summer, who knows? Let's see what happens. But Ryan de Havilland, he's a real, I won't say redemption arc, but he's really come out of the blue, this season. Last year, he didn't get as much game time. He wasn't playing as much. Understandably, it was tough with Collins and Cipriano in the midfield there. But this season, though, Cipriano gets injured. He's not been playing as much. He's probably then looked at Donna O'Brien Brady going in there. We had Soho at the start of the season. He's probably thinking, God, I'm never going to get my chance. Then he gets his chance, and boy, is he taking it. I remember Blackpool, the 5-1, which I watched. He was fantastic on that day, and yesterday it was, in the derby, again he was fantastic. He got his goal, which I'm actually delighted for him, a goal in the derby. He really deserved that. Just him and Collins seem to have a great partnership in midfield, the sort of partnership we saw Collins and Cipriano have last year. They work really well together. De Havilland was battling midfield. I thought at the start of the game, Cambridge players were all over him. It looked like he was going to lose the ball quite a few times, but he kept going, he kept fighting, he was winning the ball in midfield, he was starting attacks, he got his goal, and he's another midfielder now who I just feel could go on and do real great things for Posh, which we didn't see a lot of last year, but I think it just took him a little bit longer to settle in. But now that he's settled, we are seeing the qualities that Ryan de Havilland has. I think I've covered basically the whole starting 11 of Posh at this rate. The subs that came on didn't have to do too much really. I did quite like Brian Brady when he came off the bench for Ryan de Havilland. I thought he played really well. Everyone was playing at a minimum. I'd go as far as say 8 out of 10 yesterday. If I was to rate players, you'd have a few 10s in there for probably Poku and Jones, 9s for the likes of probably de Havilland and Fernandez. Even like your Randalls and Rothersills, just fantastic. And everyone else is sort of 8s as well. It was just it was a slow start. It wasn't a bad start, because Cambridge didn't score. If Cambridge had scored, that would have been a bad start. It was a slow start. Once we got going, though, from the 25th minute, first goal, from the 25th minute onwards, that was some of the best football I've seen Posh play. Simple as. You can only beat what's in front of you. I thought Cambridge were very poor yesterday. They had Gibbons go off in the 31st minute, which they're saying was a big turning point for them. They were only 1-0 down when he went off, albeit they were 2-0 down just a minute later. But they didn't take their chances. Cambridge really could have won this game had they scored first. They had that period of 20 minutes. Really impressed with the front three, Kachunga, Anundu and Joku in that first 20 minutes, particularly Anundu, who I thought could have popped in the goal. They got a few balls into the box. I thought even Brophy and Bennett had positive starts, and then, well, I'd say from the 25th minute, the game just completely changed. I mean, poor Liam Bennett. I can't imagine he slept well last night because he's probably having nightmares of both Malik Mothersill and Kwame Poku, because they just had him on toast, absolutely. I had him on toast. So yeah, here we have nightmares about that. But they just fell apart, and I don't watch enough Cambridge to know why they fell apart. I don't know if this is something that happens often. It happened last year in the derby, of course. But after such a positive, I said first goal, I think the team goes on and win, and that whoever concedes the first goal will just collapse mentally. That did happen. But even by what I thought, they collapsed massively, Cambridge. I think they had that positive start. They knew they could cause problems. They couldn't get that goal. And then Ricky scores, and it's like they all went home. And I mean, a lot of the fans went early. And to be honest, I don't blame them. I've always been a big advocate of fans staying till the end. But then Cambridge United players left in 25 minutes. So the fact that a lot of Cambridge fans made it to 50 minutes, I think, is quite admirable. As I say, I think you should stay to the end if you know your team's trying. But Cambridge, I don't know. Gary Monk, he'll be under a bit of pressure now because they've got to respond. Because yes, they've been on 5 consecutive wins with 5 consecutive clean sheets, but to get back to 6-1 in the derby, that puts you under a lot of pressure. And the team's got to bounce back. So that defence just collapsed. Vicente Reyes in goal didn't really do a lot for me. Sully Kai got the goal coming off the bench. But yeah, after that first 25 minutes, there wasn't really anyone who stood out for Cambridge. Simple as that. Well, I mentioned the Cambridge manager there, Gary Monk. I suppose I'd better mention the Peterborough United manager, Darren Ferguson. I've come under some stick this week for saying that he should have should have been sacked, should have been gone after the Newport game. My point was we couldn't concede 2 goals in 7 minutes. We can't afford to concede the first goal. Cambridge showed why you couldn't afford to concede the first goal, because I feel like if that happened to either side would have collapsed. But I'm happy to admit when I'm wrong, and I'm wrong on this one. It'll go down as one of my worst football takes. Fergie has clearly still got it. He's proved it there. He can still set up a team to put 5 or 6 goals past the team, and yeah, I was very wrong to doubt him. I do hope now that they can take this and push on, because I've looked at the fixtures, Charlton away is going to be tough, but after that there's a decent run of fixtures where I think we could pick up quite a few points, and if you start getting sort of a 5-6 game unbeaten run in the league, you could suddenly see yourselves up in the playoffs. So hopefully that is the case. Yeah, I was wrong to doubt Fergie. He's proved me wrong. He's probably proved a few other fans wrong as well. So yeah, I'll have to take the L on that one. That was one of my worst football takes, but yeah, hopefully they can now take this result, push on for the rest of the season, and try and get promoted. And with that, we've come to the end of another video here on the channel. If you enjoyed this one, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. Just let me know how your team got on. But yes, it finished Peterborough United 6, Cambridge United 1. A memorable derby day. What a weekend it has been. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you for the next one. Goodbye.